Okay, this is what I look like sick. Oh, I can't laugh, I'll start coughing. Okay, I want to throw a quick tag out there that Beyond the Keyhole put out there, and I haven't seen anybody do this one yet. Either that or I haven't seen the videos yet, but it's just a few questions that I jotted down. Yeah, and I can't remember. I'll see if I can find her and put the link below to who she is, but Beyond the Keyhole is the person that I wrote these down from. It says, how do you get in the mood to cross stitch? How do I get in the mood? I do have a drink. I usually have it beside me. I put it on this side of me, and then I'll have all my cross stitch stuff on this side of me, so neither of the two ever mix. And when I do take a drink, I set my work aside with my right hand, I drink with my left hand. So, like I said, they never meet. But how I get prepared, I make sure I have a full drink so I don't have to get up and I don't get disturbed. I put all my stuff beside me that I'm ready to stitch. That's if I'm stitching on the couch, which is the majority of the places that I stitch. Otherwise, I stitch in here, which is my craft room, and I will show you. Turn you around. So I usually have my tablet. I usually don't have all this stuff here. I'll have my tablet here with my earbud in, and then I'll have everything laid out, which is what I did for Stitch Mania to keep it all organized, because after I finished... Oh, great. I have stuff falling. After I finish... Oh, what a mess. After I finished one of my Stitch Mania projects, I would stick it over there on that corner. So as I was doing one, it was just easier and convenient for me to do it in here. So how I get ready is I make sure I have my drink. I make sure I have all the floss I need, everything for my kit completely beside me, ready to go. My scissors, my needles, have it all ready. And then I have a game plan on, sorry about that, what I'm going to watch, or I really don't watch while I stitch, I listen. Because if I have something that's interesting that I watch, I won't stitch. The other question was, what kicks you into high gear to tackle that project? Or, how do you like to prepare to stitch in general? What kicks me into high gear to tackle that project? Before Stitch Mania, I think I only had, and before I joined the Cross Stitch It's Fun group, I never did stitch-alongs. So I never had more than 2, maybe 3 projects going at once. So I like to complete something before I go to the next one, because I like to see the progress. And I'll tell myself, okay, I'm going to stitch all of this color now. No, I'm going to finish this color. No, just one more color. Next thing I know, it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So, what gets me into high gear is I get excited to see the progress on how it's coming along. Especially if it's a quick stitch. I'll go ahead and finish it. That was really hard during Stitch Mania, because a lot of those smaller projects I did, I could have probably finished had I stayed up, or gone into it the next day. And I know that when I pull them out, I'll probably be able to finish 2 or 3 of them in one day. It's just a matter of getting over this and doing it. Do you like to prepare to stitch in general? Okay, that's pretty much it. It was short, sweet, to the point, but it got you thinking. It wasn't in any of the other tags that I can remember. So yeah, I tag you guys to do this in your next your update. Since it's a short one, there's no need to do a separate tag video for it. So I am attaching this to the beginning of my WIP update. And now I've got to go see what in the world fell over in my craft room. Let me show you my craft room. I used to have it organized till I started doing YouTube. And that sounds funny, but because yes. But anyway, let me show you. Okay, so real quick, and you've seen it before. That's some extra material in my window that I work with. That's my boiled peanuts. Gotta have my boiled peanuts. If you're from the South and you've never had boiled peanuts, you need to try them. There's my Tennessean coming out. Not any boiled peanuts. They have to be my boiled peanuts. They have to be green, not raw. Raw, you cook them for 8 to 10 hours and they're still not done. Green, you can cook for 3 hours and they're like melt in your mouth like butter. They're just, oh, so yummy. Yeah. So there's some of my cotton floss that I crochet with, and then there are my yarn tubs. Yay, and Garfield, of course, he's everywhere. He's all over the house. My broke rigged, I don't know what you call it. It's my camera stand that I have to stick between my legs on top of a box to film. I have boxes of stuff under here, and that's another reason why I'm doing the for sale Fridays, because I'm going to destash a lot of my crafts that I don't work with anymore, like my rubber stamping stuff and my paper crafts and things like that. And then in there I've got a tub full of different ribbons that I use for various projects, and then that's a tub full of I think cross stitch material. No, the material's down there. Can't remember what's in that one. Knickknacks, I think. But anyway, that's where Ellie sleeps. And my plastic bags for my crocheting with my plastic bags. This tub is going to be destashed. There's a lot of stuff in there I want to go ahead and get rid of. And then over here, more yarn. I mean, plastic yarn strips. Plastic yarn. You can tell I was going to do a plastic yarn thing for a while there. My stuffing. Some reg yarn kits, some of my sewing supplies, and then this is Maddie's crafting area. Look at that. She's just as bad as I am. And then there's my Xyron. They don't make that model anymore. That's the big one, the 8x10. And then some of my sewing notions and things like that. But yeah, so it could be better. And then in the closet, look, there's Garfield, yay! There's some of my rolled up tubes that I'm going to make some recycled projects with. Excuse me. And then inside the closet, that is the bottom of a mannequin, a dress form mannequin. And then inside the closet is boxes of my finished stuff that's in my shop, and eventually I'm going to go to and do a craft fair. But anyway, I've talked enough, so on to the next segment. Hey guys, Young 40 Mom. I'm going to do a quick WIP update instead of the For Sale Friday, only because I have been sick for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and it's just kicking my tail. So I haven't really done much stitching since Stitch Mania. I have done a couple of my my cupcakes and my cups of coffee in crochet, because I can do that mind-numbingly. I don't have to hardly count. I know exactly the way it's supposed to be just by looking at it, so it's a little bit more simpler to do for me when I'm sick, which is another reason why I'm not on camera right now. Anyway, so I've got a finish and I've got an FFO. And then I have 2 WIPs that I did work on since Stitch Mania, and it's funny because neither one of them are in that rotation. The first thing I want to show you is I finally finished, let me get it on its stand. I finally finished Erin and Cole's portrait. There's a glare, I'm sorry. I started this for them, and you've probably seen the pictures on Instagram and on my Facebook page. I started this, oh gosh, I want to say 2008. I want to say at least 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. But I did 2/1 on 22 count, and I ended up finishing the white on white up here. I wish what I'd done was just leave it at this and just not done the white corners. I did 2/2 down here and said, oh, okay, I don't want to do this anymore because I was going blind. So I did 10th stitch up here, 2/1, half cross tent stitch, whatever you want to call it. Either way, it's the same thing. I don't think you really can't see it. Maybe you can. Also too, since I created the palette for this, I have since taken black out of my my gray palette. This one turned out good. If you look at it from a distance, it's them. But that black, I just don't like the black. So I took the black out of the palette. I am very pleased with the way the little teddy bear showed up on his bib. That turned out really cute. So I have this in a 8x11 frame. I believe that's what it is. But anyway, did my signature. So that's going to come in. I do a Curse of Felicia. And then the year I completed it. But the photograph was taken in 2008. So I did put that on there. So I finally finished that. She has seen it, and she's excited to get it. So he will be 8. He's 3 weeks to the day younger than Maddie, and we were both pregnant at the same time. It was really interesting. But anyway, I'm sure I've mentioned the stories before. Excuse me. She is having his birthday party next Saturday. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to her framed then, because she just saw it out of the frame. She didn't see it in the frame. So the next one I have is a WIP. That's my only finish. And it is my abstract curves. I'm trying to remember. I've got 4 abstract patterns in my shop, and this is the abstract curves. I did this on 14 count Aida on a, it looks like it's like a gray color. It's a light gray color. I think I've showed you previously. I've got a small, excuse me, bolster of it. Did some of the fill in here. I do have it in the pattern. All my patterns come with different sizes. I do have it shown as a 14 count, but I also give you dimensions for your fabrics. For the 18 count, the 22 count, and the 25 count if you want to go smaller. This is mainly for, like, you could do it as an abstract wall hanging or a pillow. And I've mentioned that before. I'm probably going to do this as a throw pillow and give it as a gift. But yeah, I went ahead and did the black outline, and then I've got to do some more filling in of the colors and finish the corner up there. But just doing one block at a time. This again is mind numbing. You don't have to think. Once you do the black, you just fill it in, just go. So that's a simple to go project. And even with all the Stitch Mania stuff, I still have a bunch of WIPs. I went ahead and started another one. I joined the Orange is the New Black stitch along, and I had this Autumn Holidays leaflet that I can't remember if I showed you guys or not. I probably did, because I had put it away, so that means I did show it to you in one of my stashes. But I'm doing the 4 cats. They have orange eyes, but I am doing them on 22 count orange 2/2. I originally was going to do 2/1. It was very tiny. I got really frustrated and decided 1/2 actually probably would have been a better deal. So, but since I'm doing it for a Halloween type thing, I thought, I'll just do 2/2, and we'll just make it. So I'll roll it out. It'll be a Halloween throw pillow or Halloween hanging. I don't know. But yeah, that's the cats. I don't think I've got another. There's one of them right there, what it looks like on an oatmeal. But even on here, she's got it. Nope, she's got it 1/1. But there's some really great ones on here. Like there's the witch, and I thought about doing the spider web on here as well, maybe over the top of the 4 cats. That would be really cool. But I like how they've got that as a cushion, so that's probably what I'll do. And then they've got this cat and this cat. And like a cutting board, it looks like, but I'm sure that's for show. It's a piece of wood. But anyway, that's all I have. Short, sweet, to the point. 2 WIPs a finish. And yeah, that's it. So hope I get to feeling better, so I'll get to see you guys soon. I have advanced some of the cross stitch books for the Review Wednesday. I hope you guys are getting something out of that. I have a new stack. I've got 2 Mary Englebrights in there, and let me tell you, the colors on those are just phenomenal. Wait till you see the reviews on that. So, in the next couple of weeks, I did do the creative back stitch, which is black work, and I hope you enjoy that one. That one's coming up in a couple of weeks, so be looking for that. So, anyway, this is Young 40 Mom. I'm going to go get my hiney in bed because I'm really tired. So this is your not for sale Friday. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to do a stash video here over the weekend as well. I do have more books there. And I have some kits over here that I'm going to put in a stash video. So be looking for that as well. Thank you guys for subscribing and watching, and I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And I just get so tickled. I watch a lot of you on my, sometimes on my phone, and I can't comment from my phone. It won't let me. It doesn't show any comments. I can't. I can like and unlike, dislike. My tablet, by the way, the stand is working out beautifully for my tablet. And also, let me recommend, I told you about the stand before that I got for the tablet, but it's also great for putting your work up. For your magnetic boards or your patterns. Awesome for putting those up. I was gifted all the stuff for the Once Upon a Time sampler. I'm sorry, the storybook sampler. I haven't started it yet. I have been getting the patterns. It was gifted to me. Thank you very much. It was Sarah, but you guys don't know her, so it's still anonymous. So thank you, Sarah, sweetheart. This will be my very first time ever working with Dinky Dye Works. I've never worked with anything except DMC, ever. Because I could never afford. Yeah. Anyway, so, and this will be my first time ever working on Lugana. It's 32 count, and a lot of you guys talk about how much you like it. I hope I don't get spoiled on it, because the majority of what I have is Ada. So, yeah, should be interesting, fun. I'm excited to finally get started on that when I get to feeling better, because I want to be able to put my entire mind wrapped around it, because right now my mind isn't wrapping anything except this stupid bronchitis, cold, whatever it is. Excuse me. So, yes, I'm gone. That's it. I'm sorry. Hope you guys have a great stitchy day, and I will catch you on the flip side. Oh, and be watching, if you're a part of the Stitch Mania group, be watching Angie. She is stitching up a model for me, doing the undersea sub. So the colors are coming out gorgeous. Angie, you're doing an awesome job on that. More patience than I have right now, and I put a few more really great patterns on my site. Unfortunately, there's a few of them that are kind of confetti ready. Oh, and also I haven't heard back from the magazine, the Cross Stitch Gold yet, but as soon as I find out what episode I will be in, I will let you guys know. So be watching. Peace out.